Stories about the past, murder, mayhem, solving truth or myths through the fog and the mist. Meg's Mysteries tells the tales of legends of the past, present and future, mythical stories of who done it. Most of all, it's done for fun. Or is it?
Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries. This story's called Four Old Broads. 1960s Brooklyn, New York. Times are a-changin', like the song says. And boy, they are, especially for us. We are nicknamed the Four Old Broads, but I'll get into that later. We used to be called the Rosies because we all met and worked at the Brooklyn Navy Yard in 1939, the start of World War II, when women made a lot of the workforce. All our men were away fighting. We were just young kids then. Agnes Moorhead, Aggie for short, Rosalind Hughes, Roz, Christina Montgomery, Tina, and me, Dorothy Reynolds, Dee Dee. But now we are considered the old broads of the neighborhood. Well, I guess we are, but we're still smart as tacks and ready for a venture that comes our way, and this is one of them. Wednesday morning, we all meet to go to Pete's Market for the Wednesday sale. We clip our coupons and get an extra bonus because we're senior citizens. The prices are still high, but we do what we have to do. And don't forget those green stamps. We collect them for the catalog and get S&H items for free. Why complain? It doesn't help, especially with old Pete. He just says, "Go uptown and see the prices. You'll run back to me." He is the grumpiest man we know, but a good butcher is hard to find these days. And we walk to the market from home only 2 blocks away. We all live in the same apartment building, an old tenement on the Lower East Side. We lived here for years, some with our husbands that are long gone now. Mine was killed in the war, Roz and Tina never married, and Angie, the oldest, also a widow for years. We keep each other going and never have a dull moment. The nickname came from the police chief himself when we helped solve a crime. He called us the Four Old Broads, and it stuck. The case was the puppet caper. We found out the killer by accident. He left a Jerry Mahoney puppet at each crime scene, hence the name, the puppet caper. He was a puppet master, and he made dolls. He had a shop on the avenue. Creepy dolls at that. He robbed and killed 4 young girls in the neighborhood. He was called the puppet master after that, but was outsmarted by these old broads in the end. And of course, we, the nosy ones, tracked him down by good old-fashioned investigation, and just being nosy old broads that we are. We love a good mystery, and now we have another one to solve. Hi girls, ready for a bargain? Got your coupons? Let's go. Aggie, Tina, and Roz and I start dragging our shopping carts along the neighborhood. We greet everybody as we see them on the way. We know everybody, and everybody knows us. That's why we love it here, still till this day. Mr. Finley yells, "Shopping, girls?" "Yes, Mr. Finley, it's Wednesday and the sale day at Pete's. We got to get there early for the sales." As we walked, we chatted on and met up with many neighbors. Then we try to line up to get in when it opens at 8 sharp. We get there first, but see the door wide open. It's not even 7:30, how odd. Then we see Rob, the stock boy, come flying out. "Oh, ladies, there's blood everywhere." He's white as a ghost. We go all in and find the cash register open. And we go in the back. He shows us just what he found. I told Roz, "Go out and get Officer Smitty. We passed him down on the block on his patrol. He can call it in." I spotted blood on the wall and a bloody handprint on the freezer door. Rob, still nervous and upset, tells us what happened. "I was getting here late. My bike was stolen and I had to run here. I was supposed to meet and help Margaret Alice, the cashier, but she wasn't here. She was supposed to come in early too, but no one was here. I walked in the back door and found blood everywhere, and no Pete. He was here to open early like normal, and the meat delivery was due at 6 a.m. Just then Officer Smitty and Officer Mahoney came rushing in. "Ladies, you can't be in here. We called the precinct and the detectives are on their way. This is a crime scene." We told them we didn't touch anything and told what Rob told us. "Stand outside and tell the detectives what you know. We will search the place." Then they found the grisly sight, a bloody handprint on the freezer, and the door was closed shut. Blood on the walls across from the freezer. The back door was wide open when Rob came in. He told them about the delivery due that morning. Officer Mahoney took a look in the alley, and then they found an old man Brolin laying down near his meat truck. He was to deliver that morning, but now he was dead, face down and bloody. Where was Pete and Margaret Alice? That's when Officer Smitty opened the freezer door. We were still there peeking in and saw it all. Pete was lying there with a bullet hole in his head, dead as a doornail. Why, who would do this? The money's still here in the open drawer of the cash register. And where is Margaret Alice? Last week an old lady, Mrs. Gray, was yelling here at Pete about the high prices of his meat and things. "You should be ashamed," she yelled. "Someone should put you down for how you treat us old people. Highway robbery." But she still kept coming in on Wednesdays for a bargain, always complaining, and even threatened Pete. He just laughed it off. "Go somewhere else," he would yell back at her. But she couldn't have done this, Tina said. One time she did show an old gun that belonged to her husband, her dead husband, that she held in her purse. And this is what she said. "I would love to give him a good scare. He treats us like he's doing us a favor. He's robbing us blind. Someone should rob him. See if he liked it." But why kill the meat delivery man? And where is Margaret Alice? She is the sweetest girl and never did anything to anyone. But she was always scared of Pete. She told Rob, "He always is mad and looks at me all the time." That's why she asked Rob to come in extra early that day. She had to open up with Pete. She was so nervous to be alone with him. But Rob got there late. The lady across the street, Mrs. Whitaker, owned a card shop. She saw Margaret Alice open up the front door. Then Mrs. Gray was outside waiting first in line, and it was only 6:30. Margaret ran out and talked to her. Then I got busy and I didn't see anything, and I didn't see them anymore. I thought they both went back in the store. So I went about my own business until I saw the police and you girls running in. When the detectives finally came, we told them everything we knew. "Stay out of it, girls," Detective Marsh said. At least he called us girls and not old broads. But we still lingered outside. We knew we can help. We all talked and put two and two together. Mrs. Gray lived 2 doors down, so we took it upon ourselves to investigate. Maybe she knew something or saw something. I knocked on her door. "What is it? Who is there?" I saw her peeking out the peephole. "Oh, it's you, nosy broads." Then she opened the door slightly, and we saw her beady eyes looking out. I asked her, "Did you see anything this morning at Pete's Market? And do you know where Margaret Alice is? Police are there and it's a crime scene." "I know," she said. "I could see the commotion from my window." Then Margaret Alice came to the door. They opened the door and we all went in. Margaret Alice told us just what happened. "Pete and I came in early. I was to open up that day, and he said the meat delivery was due early. The meat delivery man came in, and he brought the delivery in, and he and Pete started to argue, yelling, 'The prices are too high. I can't make a profit. My customers are starting to leave.' Pete yelled, 'What can I do? It is what it is. Live with it, you old cheapskate. I know you hike the prices up even when they're low,' Mr. Brogan yelled back at him. Then it came to blows. I saw Pete punch Mr. Brogan in the nose and blood everywhere. I ran out to the front. I heard them screaming and running. And then minutes later I heard a gun go off. I ran outside all the way, and Mrs. Gray was there waiting to get in. She took me to her home. The poor girl was in such a state I took her here to calm her down. I was going to call the police when you all showed up. I know I should have gone down and told you all, but I had to stay here with her, Mrs. Gray said, and then the police came. You should have told someone Margaret was okay, I said, but you did good, Mrs. Gray. Tell the police everything you and Margaret Alice heard and know. Then we went down and informed the police and the detectives that Margaret was okay, and Mrs. Gray will tell them what they all know. I snuck in and peeked around and looked while the others were keeping the detectives busy. Officers Smitty and Mahoney saw me, and they just let me look. I saw the body of Pete and the blood on the wall. With what Margaret Alice said, I knew what happened. The fight with Pete and Mr. Brogan is where the blood came from. Pete hit Mr. Brogan. He hit his head on the wall, getting dizzy. Pete went into the freezer to put the meat away. Mr. Brogan got up, lost his balance, and hit the door with a bloody handprint on the freezer door, locking Pete inside. The door lock was broke, and Pete was locked inside and couldn't get out. He must have closed it by accident and wandered outside toward his truck, still dizzy and maybe with a concussion. But he slipped on a wet alleyway and hit his head, killing him. Pete thought that he locked him on purpose. Pete always carries his gun on him. I know it has to be here somewhere. Officer Smitty looked around the freezer and found it under the shelf. The gun Margaret Alice heard must have been Pete shooting the door lock, but it ricocheted and hit him in the head. He fell and the gun flew out of his hand and under the shelf. The forensic will prove my theory, and the girls will agree it was just a horrible accident, a comedy of errors. Both men died accidentally due to their own stupidity, arguing and letting things get out of hand. Well, that was the case solved by these old four broads. Not a murder, but just a crazy comedy of fools. We got a new market opening up down the street. We'll be shopping there soon. Until then, we carry on. Still more adventures ahead. Hope you enjoyed this mystery. Come back for more on Meg's Mysteries. Until next time, enjoy your evening.
Stories about the past, murder, mayhem, solving truth, or myths through the fog and the mist. Meg's Mysteries tells the tales of legends of the past, present, and future, mythical stories of whodunit. Most of all, it's done for fun. Or is it? Stories about the past, murder, mayhem, solving truth, or myths through the fog and the mist. Meg's Mysteries tells the tales of legends of the past, present, and future, mythical stories of whodunit. Most of all, it's done for fun. Or is it?